Most people think that once a woman reaches her 50s, her chances of experiencing real, powerful orgasms are over. That belief is not only wrong, it's harmful, because it stops women from discovering what's actually possible. Science now shows that with the right approach, women over 50 can experience climaxes that are just as strong, and sometimes even stronger, than when they were younger. For over 2 decades, I've worked with women navigating menopause, hormonal changes, and intimate health. I've seen thousands of women who thought their pleasure days were behind them rediscover confidence, connection, and a deeper understanding of their bodies. The truth is simple: when sex feels different with age, it's not because you've lost desire or ability. Your body is still capable of deep satisfaction. It just responds best to techniques and positions that match the biological changes of midlife. And when you understand what your body needs now, pleasure becomes easier, more reliable, and far more fulfilling. So, stay with me, because you're about to learn 5 proven positions backed by real science that make it easier for women over 50 to climax. These aren't guesses or fantasies, they're evidence-based methods that work with your body as it is today. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss another science-based tip designed for women like you. And if open, honest conversations about intimacy matter to you, type 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can make future videos more useful. Now, let's begin with the most important step, understanding your body after 50. Because knowledge is the foundation for everything that follows. When a woman enters her 50s, she's lived through so much strength, wisdom, and resilience. Yet, in the bedroom, many tell me they suddenly feel like strangers in their own bodies. They notice new changes, more dryness, less sensitivity, and sometimes a slower path to arousal. I often hear, "I feel like my body isn't cooperating anymore." But nothing is wrong. What's happening is pure biology, not failure. As estrogen levels drop during and after menopause, the vaginal tissues naturally become thinner, less elastic, and produce less lubrication. Blood flow to the pelvic area decreases, which can make arousal and climax take longer. The pelvic floor muscles, which once gave intimacy its intensity, may weaken over time. None of this means pleasure is gone. It simply means your body is asking for more patience, more understanding, and sometimes more creativity. Here's the exciting part: your clitoris never loses its potential. It still holds over 8,000 nerve endings ready to respond to stimulation. It might just need a little more deliberate contact and the right angles to awaken fully. Studies confirm that women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond can absolutely reach orgasm, often more deeply than ever before, once they adapt. I've seen women come to me in tears, convinced their intimate life was over, only to return glowing, saying they feel alive again. That's the power of understanding your body. It replaces shame with confidence and uncertainty with possibility. Now that you know your body isn't broken but evolving, let's explore how small adjustments can reignite pleasure. Let's start with a familiar favorite, the missionary position, but with a twist. Place a firm pillow beneath your hips. That simple change tilts your pelvis, shifts the angle, and focuses stimulation toward the front wall of the vagina, where the G-spot resides. What once felt ordinary can suddenly feel extraordinary. Women often tell me, "It was like my body woke up again." It's comforting to rediscover something familiar and make it new again. This small shift not only enhances sensation but also reduces pressure on your lower back and hips, making intimacy more comfortable, especially if stiffness or arthritis is part of your life. When your body feels supported, your mind can relax, and that's when real pleasure flows naturally. Once you experience how one small adjustment can transform your pleasure, you'll see that rediscovery doesn't always mean starting over. It means evolving what already works. Now, imagine shifting from familiar comfort to a position that gives you full control, woman on top, with a gentle forward lean. There's something incredibly empowering about this. Many women describe this as not just physical pleasure but emotional freedom. When you're on top and leaning slightly forward, pressing your hips down and moving in small, circular motions, the clitoris gets more direct contact while the angle of penetration stimulates the front wall, creating the perfect mix of inner and outer pleasure. And here's the best part, you control the depth, rhythm, and pace. That sense of ownership can be liberating, especially for women who sometimes feel their bodies have become unpredictable with age. The result isn't just pleasure, it's confidence, and it often rekindles passion in ways couples haven't felt in years. Now, let's move to something softer, side by side, the spooning variation. This position brings together physical comfort and emotional connection. Both partners lie on their sides, facing the same direction. Your partner is behind you, and you move together at your own rhythm. There's no weight pressing down, no awkward strain, just closeness and warmth. Adding a pillow between your knees can make it even more comfortable, especially if you've noticed joint stiffness or hip tension. And while this position might seem gentle, don't mistake gentle for less powerful. Many women experience some of their most satisfying orgasms when they're relaxed, safe, and connected. The closeness allows whispering, touching, and deep emotional intimacy, something that can make physical pleasure even more meaningful. Now let's add a spark of novelty, the reverse cowgirl. This position is about rediscovering yourself from a new angle. Facing away from your partner removes pressure and lets you focus purely on sensation. You can experiment by leaning forward to increase G-spot contact or sitting upright to focus more on clitoral pleasure. Every movement is yours to control. For many women, this position does more than enhance pleasure, it reignites confidence. It helps them feel sexy again, curious again, alive again. That sense of self-assurance often becomes just as exciting for your partner as the act itself. And when both of you feel that mutual energy, desire naturally deepens. Next comes a position that blends intensity with surrender, the edge of the bed. Lie on your back near the edge, hips resting just at the border while your partner stands or kneels. This angle allows deeper penetration and gives your partner easy access to touch and stimulate your clitoris or breasts at the same time. Gravity increases blood flow to the pelvic region, heightening sensitivity. This position also gives you permission to completely relax and receive. For women who spend years caring for others, that act of letting go, of focusing only on your own sensations, can be deeply healing. You deserve that release. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about one hidden adjustment that can transform every position into a more orgasmic experience, clitoral stimulation. After menopause, the majority of women find that penetration alone isn't enough for climax. The key is adding direct stimulation, through touch, a partner's hand, or a small vibrator. This single change can make all 5 positions far more satisfying. When you embrace this truth, everything changes. Asking for what your body needs isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's self-awareness. And when partners understand this, intimacy becomes richer, more connected, and more fulfilling for both. Remember this, pleasure has no expiration date. Your body isn't too old. It's not broken. It's simply evolving. With a little understanding, a little creativity, and the right kind of attention, your most passionate years may still be ahead of you. So, take these insights, try them with curiosity and compassion, and rediscover the joy of connection. Because your story of intimacy isn't ending, it's just beginning a beautiful new chapter.